Hi, welcome. Today let's discuss Macbeth, written by eminent scholar and a greatest playwright of this world, William Shakespeare. Today I have decided to upload this video, and in this video I will sum up the incidents and events which took place in the greatest tragedy which was written by William Shakespeare. And as you are aware of the fact that William Shakespeare had written four great tragedies, and those four great tragedies were Macbeth, Hamlet, King Lear, and Othello. And in those four tragedies, Shakespeare showed that the untimely death of the hero of that, the protagonist of that story. So, in these four tragedies, when we read them, we find that the kind of sorrow, the kind of pain, and the kind of repentance the hero of his stories went through was indeed worth watching and worth reading. So, if you read this story, Macbeth, then you will come to the conclusion that Macbeth was an ambitious general in the army of King Duncan. And today, let's start the story of Macbeth, and you will certainly take interest in it, I am sure. So it so happened that in the beginning of the story, Macbeth, the general in the army of King Duncan of Scotland, fought bravely against the invaders who were against the invasion by the country of Norway. And Norwegian invasion had indeed showed that Macbeth was a brave general in the army of King Duncan. So, in that invasion, when Norwegian army invaded Scotland, so it so happened that the MacDonald of Duncan's general had turned defiant and he had become a rebel. So, he had joined himself with the army of Norway and they hatched a conspiracy to attack Scotland. King Duncan was indeed a very philanthropist king and a very generous king. He held Macbeth in high esteem. So, Macbeth and Banquo, these two were the generals in the army of King Duncan. They fought bravely against the Norwegian invasion and in that result of that event, Scotland emerged victorious against the invasion. So, King Duncan became very happy to learn that Macbeth and his companion Banquo had conquered Norway, and that is why he decided to appoint Macbeth as Thane of Cawdor. He was already at that time Thane of Glamis, so Duncan declared him as a Thane of Cawdor, a high rank in the British army. When after completion of the war, while they were returning to the camp where Duncan was waiting for them, in the meanwhile, it so happened that Macbeth had already started hatching a conspiracy against King Duncan, and he had already started thinking that he might kill King Duncan so as to become the undisputed king of Scotland. So when they were going through a forest, going through a cavern, at that time they met with three dubious witches, and those three dubious witches had some predictions to make for both Banquo and Macbeth. And initially they started predicting about Macbeth, saying that they welcomed him as Thane of Cawdor. Now, hearing these words, Macbeth was stunned because he had not yet become Thane of Cawdor. He was indeed Thane of Glamis at that time. So, he was very much surprised to listen to these kind of predictions. Thereafter, the three witches predicted that thou will be the king of Scotland. So, Macbeth started pondering over that prediction. And on the other hand, when the three witches started predicting about Banquo, they told him that not you, but your children will become the successor of the throne of Scotland. Now, hearing these words, Banquo didn't care a fig for these predictions. He turned a deaf ear to what the three witches had prophesied for him, because he did not want to indulge in any kind of misadventure. So he was a contented person, so he did not mind those predictions. Whereas Macbeth had already imbibed those predictions and he was all set to fulfill his ambition of becoming the king of Scotland. Now it so happened, when he was on the way to his castle Inverness, when he was on his way to his castle Inverness, it so happened he wrote a letter to his wife Lady Macbeth, and he told her the victory of his against Norway, and he also told her that some witches had predicted for his future. And when he reached Inverness, he was welcomed by his wife Lady Macbeth. She enthusiastically welcomed him. Now, she had exclusive devotion towards making her husband the undisputed king of Scotland. So, she wanted to see her husband prosper rapidly and become the king of Scotland. So, she started instigating in him the evil thoughts which she had to become the undisputed king of Scotland, and in that event, she also decided to tell him that we must kill King Duncan so as to get rid of him, and so that no one might indulge in stopping us from becoming the king. Now, on the same day, Macbeth invited King Duncan to his castle Inverness for the feast, for a banquet, and King Duncan readily accepted that proposal. When King Duncan had accepted his proposal, Lady Macbeth had started hatching a conspiracy against him, thinking that this is the most suitable time to get rid of King Duncan so that her husband might become the undisputed king of Scotland. So she started infusing in Macbeth the evil thoughts which she had, and Macbeth had started believing that this is the best time to carry out the evil deeds. So he decided to kill King Duncan while he is in his chamber in Inverness. So when King Duncan reached Inverness, he had reached there with his retinue of many servants and soldiers. So Macbeth had a sumptuous dinner with him. Now after the dinner, King Duncan decided to go to his chamber to take rest. Now two guards of King Duncan stood before his chamber, on the outside of his chamber. Now Macbeth had decided to kill King Duncan, and he had evil thoughts that if I did not get the guards drunk, so they might not make me carry out my evil intentions. So he made them drunk liquor, and they were fully intoxicated and they were unconscious. Now after becoming unconscious, Macbeth entered the chamber fearlessly, and he held a dagger in his hand. Now holding a dagger in his hand, he stabbed the dagger in the stomach of King Duncan, and at that instant, King Duncan went to meet his maker. Now, one murder leads to another. Now it is clear that in order to hide one crime, we will have to commit many crimes. So Macbeth wanted that no one should doubt him, no one should suspect him. So he decided to kill the two guards. And when he killed the two guards in the morning, Macduff, a brave warrior in the army of King Duncan, entered the chamber of King Duncan, and he saw that King Duncan had gone to meet his maker. He was no more, and the two guards were also lying on the ground dead. So Macbeth decided to persuade Macduff that I had killed these two guards because they had indulged in killing King Duncan. Now, Macduff did not believe these words. He thought that Macbeth might have committed this crime, and he is trying to hide this crime by passing the buck on others. So it so happened the two sons of King Duncan, Malcolm and Donald Bent, left that place. They fled to England and Ireland, lest they might be killed by Macbeth. They left the Scotland, Malcolm and Donald Bent. Now, it so happened when the three witches had predicted that Banquo's sons might be the king hereafter in the future. Now, Macbeth started hatching a conspiracy against Banquo also, and he hired some assassins and told them to kill Banquo. And he held a feast in his castle at Dunsinane. So, when he held a feast in his castle Dunsinane, the Banquo was also invited there. Many noble persons, aristocratic people turned up there. Banquo, while he was going to the castle, in the assassins ambushed, they were in ambush, and they attacked Banquo. So they succeeded in killing Banquo, whereas the son of Banquo, Fleance, had escaped. So Banquo had been killed, and the assassins reported Macbeth that we have killed Banquo, but his son has escaped. Now, hearing these words, Macbeth became very furious, and he flew into a rage because he had heard the predictions from that, which is that the sons and grandsons of Banquo might become the future successor of the throne of Scotland. So, Macbeth rebuked them, and now he had become fully furious, and in that fury he lost his temper. And in the banquet, while the banquet was being hosted by him, in that banquet he saw the apparition of Banquo. Now when he saw the apparition of Banquo, he became more furious and started doing some mad activities. Now he is seeing the Macbeth losing his temper. Lady Macbeth decided to console the situation, saying that this fit is momentary, he will be soon okay. But Macbeth had become very angry. So now, after some time, Macbeth went to meet the three witches again, so as to understand what will be his future fate. Now three witches predicted that no one born of a woman will be able to kill King Macbeth, and Macbeth will not be killed unless the Burnham would move to Dunsinane. So these two predictions had made him very sure that he had become absolutely invincible, because every person is born of a woman's womb. So no one is born without the womb of a woman, and a wood cannot move to Dunsinane. So he was very satisfied and contented. Now after that, Macduff, the former general of King Duncan, had joined Malcolm in England, and they started preparing an army against Macbeth. All the noble persons had had enough of the atrocity of Macbeth. They also joined Macduff and Malcolm. So they decided to prepare an army. And after preparing an army, they decided to attack Scotland so as to get rid of the tyranny of Macbeth, the evil practices of Macbeth. So they decided to attack Scotland. Meanwhile, Lady Macbeth had remorse, because she was repenting her evil deeds. She started repenting her evil deeds because a lady is guided more by her heart than by her head. She was guided more by her heart, and she had exclusive devotion towards making her husband the undisputed king of Scotland. So, since she had understood that Macbeth has started killing many people, now that had made him absolutely vulnerable, and she decided to commit suicide. so that because she could not bear that situation. The situation had become absolutely unbearable as far as she was concerned. Now, meanwhile, Macduff and his associates attacked Scotland. Now, when they attacked Scotland and while they were heading towards Dunsinane, the soldiers of the army held the twigs of the trees of Burnham Wood so that no one might see that some enemies are coming, and while holding the twigs of the Burnham Wood, they started progressing. They started going towards the castle. Now, and the battle took place between Macbeth and Macduff and the army of Macduff, and eventually Macduff beheaded Macbeth because he told Macbeth that I am not born of a woman womb because I was born of cesarean delivery. So I can kill you because I was not born of woman womb. So in that way, Macbeth met with his fate, and his ambition had brought him that disgrace. He was indeed an adventurous and an ambitious person who just wanted to fulfill his desires to become the undisputed king of Scotland, and in that misadventure, he committed many crimes. So in that way, you may have understood that this story Macbeth is very inspirational and a sensational story written by William Shakespeare. So you must also try to understand the story of this tragedy, so that if you try to solve this story, then you might feel no problem whatsoever. Thank you.